I'm gonna go insane. I don't know why Streamlabs is freaking out right now. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Um, we'll go ahead and fix all that. I do believe that if the stream is lagging at all, there is a pretty bad storm going on outside right now, which could be the issue with that. So I'm very sorry if the stream is acting a bit laggy today. It's been not great. So yeah, bad storm, and I think it's messing with our connection a little bit. So if anybody's experiencing a laggy stream, I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully next time it won't. So it looks like for the next map we will be going to Kings Row. Once again, just this is the map, this is the map that people choose for this tournament. So Halaban, I swear to God. This is the map. This is the map to play on for this tournament. So definitely something that we've seen before. Fault gets the first hero ban, so we will be playing on King's Row. Now just waiting on Fault's hero ban. Just a reminder, Fault cannot ban anyone who has been previously banned. Other than that, they have anyone they can ban, and then TCU will make their choice. They can't ban anyone that is of the same role or anyone that was previously banned. All right, so it looks like for the first hero for this fight, we will be banning Genji. Honestly, I do not blame them. The Aura GDP Genji is definitely terrifying to play against. Now it looks like for the other ban, we will be going to ban Reinhardt. All right, it looks like both teams are ready, so we will be going into the next match. Good luck to both teams, and we will go ahead and get started with the next match. Good luck, everybody.
King's Row.
Once again, sorry for all the issues with this stream. It's storming outside, which could have been the cause of the crash earlier, and then I guess the crash just kind of reset all my settings to yesterday's stream for some reason. So I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully we won't have any more issues for the rest of the stream. All right.
Ready for battle. Hey!
Alright, so it looks like for this map, Fault is going to be going Arisa, Hanzo, Farah, Kiri, and Ana. As for TCU, they will be going Doom, Sojourn, Soldier, Kiri, and Mercy.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, good luck to both teams.
Clear out. Railgun powered and ready to fire. That's the stuff.
Chosen trying to go for a flank here. We'll see if he's able to get any picks. Tries to get a pick on Aura there, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough as Unknown with the Sojourn comes back in and tries to get a pick on him as well. Manages to get a pick on Aura. Now trying to look for another pick, possibly on this Doom here. Novicious taking the high ground here, doing some heavy damage on that Doom. Both DPS for TCU are now down, with Doom also taking some heavy damage. Aura is now back. Novicious also trying to get some nice flank in here. Ozwaz trying to get some picks here. Almost gets Aura, but unfortunately it wasn't enough that Mercy was able to keep him up. An amazing Kitsune and Nano there from Fault, and they managed to hold this point even longer. Chosen is now down though, so we'll have to see if Fault can keep this point even when down a character. Unknown goes down as well. Spiteful getting pretty low as well, but it looks like Unknown is able to get a pick on Novicious. Ooh, but Costite with a clean shot manages to get a pick on Sojourn there. Spiteful also trying to get some damage in here as well. It looks like... Ooh, excuse me. Had some soda earlier, geez. Looks like Unknown is going to be swapping to Zarya here to try and get a possibly a counter to this Arisa here and try to possibly take care of Oz, which again I do not blame them because Oz is definitely a force to be reckoned with in this tournament.
I am unbreakable.
Unfortunately, Oz is just not able to take the damage from the Zarya there. Unknown managing to get the pick on Oz, and then once again on Chosen. Novicious using ult there. Manages to get quite a few picks, and Spiteful gets some picks on Suda there as well. Now Spiteful trying to go for the Mercy here, but we'll see if it's enough. Costite gets a pick on Unknown, and Unknown on Novicious. Spiteful manages to hit 3 shots in a row on that Mercy, and it looks like Fault is once again able to hold this point. Alright, it looks like Oz gets a nano boosted Arisa ult in there, but unfortunately it looks like Kiriko is able to cleanse it, and it just isn't enough to get any picks. However, Chosen gets a pick on Suda, and a lot of Fault players are getting some picks on a lot of TCU players here. Once again, Oz getting a pick, trying to clear that Mercy res there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's quite enough, and Oz the Waz does unfortunately fall.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
On the move.
Chosen gets a pick on Unknown. What's the score? Sorry, I just noticed that. The score is currently 1-0 TCU. This is the first round for King's Row, the second map. Whew. No Vicious getting kind of cleaned there from Suda, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's quite enough to get the pick.
Good. Use it.
Oz now playing Roadhog. I like me some Roadhog gameplay. We'll see if this works out. Whew, taking some heavy damage, but manages to kind of back out behind the corner there and get use his healing to keep him up. We'll see if it's enough to take out the rest of TCU here. Manages to get a pick on the soldier. Now looking for possibly one more. Unfortunately misses the hook. Taking some heavy damage, but once again just manages to back behind that corner and uses healing to keep him up. We'll see if he's able to possibly... Oh, gets another pick on the Mercy there with some help from Chosen as well. Truly, wow, what a just amazing show of teamwork right there. Fault currently has 4 ultimates here and only 1 minute left to hold, so we'll see if they're able to hold to the second point. However, TCU is also coming back with some good ults. We've seen some good Kitsunes here from Suda, so we could definitely see some comeback here from TCU if they're able to push past this point. Now just currently waiting for their tank, hopefully to come back and give them this give them the movement to get back in there.
Disrupting.
30 seconds remaining.
This ends now.
Nano Hoggled there gets pulled in. Kitsune from Suda as well. We'll see if it's possibly enough. Oof! Once again, Chosen kind of reeling them in, and Oz the Waz reeling them in, and Chosen just getting the final hit on them. Seems to be quite enough for TCU to really get some picks here that are very meaningful for their win here. And it does look like TCU only able to cap the first point and halfway to second point. So we'll see if Fault is able to push back and possibly get the win here for the second map.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Gotta be constantly looking for Haliban farts on stream.
Ready for battle.
Alright, looks like Fault is going to be going again with the Hanzo and the Pharah, Kiri and Ana. As for TCU, they're going to be sticking with the Orisa here, as well as a Torbjorn and a Mei, a Brig and an Ana. Yes, drops are currently enabled, yes. So for anyone who wants any drops, they are enabled. You will get Overwatch drops if you're watching this.
If you're in it with me, you're in it for life.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Squad up.
Chosen trying to take some high ground. Oh my goodness. Using some high ground that I haven't seen before. I didn't even know that was there. I've been playing this game for years and I never knew to notice that. That's crazy. Looks like Oz actually decided to go Hazard here, which we've definitely seen as a kind of aggressive tank before. Currently in the meta, and definitely not leaving the meta anytime soon. As we saw, Blizzard actually didn't give Hazard any nerfs in the newest update. Unknown getting an anti there, and unfortunately Chosen just hitting absolutely every shot on that that Storm Arrow there, managing to just take out that Orisa. Fault capping with 5.5 minutes left. We'll see if they're able to possibly bring this back and make this score 1-1.
Let's get the payload going.
You need to stop accidentally hitting enter.
I'll find them.
Nano boost almost ready.
Free to engage.
Scanning.
Repulsion.
Coming up on some ults here for both teams. TCU is going to have to make some choices here to try and bring this back. Unknown taking some heavy damage. Another Kitsune gets popped as well as a Nano. Looks like Fault is just using all of their stops here, and they managed to take the point. It is now 1-1 for both teams. Amazing match, really. We definitely saw some Fault kind of come back, and you know, when they kind of struggled with that first map, it seems like this time they really kind of locked in and were able to just absolutely take out TCU here.
I'm here.
No kill is truly clean.
Chosen has shown that he's very, very locked in right now. So yeah, we've definitely seen some good ones. All right. Fault. Get map pick. TCU, you get first hero ban. All right, some good gameplay from both teams there. This is looking to be a pretty fair fight between the two teams. This is definitely going to be some good gameplay here today, and we've already definitely seen some good gameplay. All right, and even before the map gets picked, it looks like TCU is choosing their ban for Pharah. It looks like Pharah will be the first ban for this next map. All right, getting not such a not such a popular map during this tournament. Looks like we're going to be going to New Queen Street for this next fight. We've seen that I think once before, if I'm not mistaken, but certainly it wasn't very often chosen during this tournament. So it's refreshing to see uh, a new map that we don't really usually see. All right, it looks like for TCU they will be banning Zarya. Now asking if both teams are ready. We'll get ready for the next match. All right, looks like both teams are ready, so we will be going in. Good luck to both teams. For everyone who's just joining in, the score is currently 1-1. Fault and TCU. This is the finals match, so whoever wins this will be the first ever champions of MST Esports history. So there's a lot riding on this game, and both teams are definitely giving it their all. This is a pretty map. don't always get to just look around. Is that a Lucio
Ready
Ball
for
tournament
battle.
stadium? That'd be heat. Alright. So it looks like for Fault we're going to be going Hazard, Hanzo, Sojourn, Kiri, and Moira. As for TCU, they're going to be going Orisa, Sojourn, Genji, Kiri, and Mercy.
3, 2,
Good luck to both teams, and we'll see who wins.
objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Hello.
Keep calm, keep sly.
Enemy over there.
Azawaz immediately trying to take the high ground here and possibly get some picks, looking for damage on this Sojourn. Novicious managing to get a pick on Aura immediately.
Will not be claiming that one.
Goes for the Mercy after the res, manages to get the pick. Rexy still managing to get a res on Aura. Aura. And it looks like TCU was able to use that to their advantage and get the team kill on Fault there.
Pushing ahead.
Enemy over there.
TCU now about halfway to forward spawn. As we've seen in previous streams here on MST Esports League, getting forward spawn can be the difference between a win and a loss. Chosen immediately with a pick on Unknown, and now Unknown trying to look for possibly a pick on Oz the Waz here. Chosen gets a pick on Suda as well. Oz the Waz with a pick on Aura. Now both looks like both DPS for TCU are currently down. Looks like they're gonna have to back out. Unknown falls not much later.
Let us proceed.
Your team is close,
We are close to taking the lead.
Oz the Waz taking some heavy damage here. Unfortunately goes down. TCU starting to try to push up here. Aura taking some heavy damage but manages to back out, it seems. Oof, unfortunately gets picked off by Chosen. Chosen now trying to look for some picks here.
Not so fast.
1v1ing Unknown and unfortunately does not win the 1v1. TCU now coming back with every single one of their ults, with Fault also coming back with 4 of their ults.
Railgun charged.
Oof. Sojourn taking some heavy damage there, but not quite enough to get the kill there. Oz the Waz also getting down to half, but backing up to his supports and getting some health back. Or GDP with a pick on Chosen there, and also Unknown with a pick on Novicious. Spiteful manages to use their ult to kill Rexy off. Unknown getting a pick on Costite as well. Spiteful gets low, but it isn't quite enough. Spiteful goes down, and Ozwaz desperately trying to run away from the fight here, but Unknown is just chasing after them. But it does look like Ozwaz is able to kind of back out. Oof. Some well-placed ultimates from Fault here, and looks like they are able to take out most of TCU. However, TCU does have forward spawn here, so they are able to come back pretty quickly. We'll see if Aura is actually able to get forward spawn, and it looks like he is. So TCU is now once again grouped up, and they're able to come back much faster. Unknown almost getting a pick on Costite there, but it wasn't quite enough. Using a Risa ult here, once again just gets Suzu'd. Definitely one of my worst despises on when I'm playing Arisa and I use my ultimate and I have like 500% charge, and then Kiriko just Suzu's it, and it just isn't enough. Once again, TCU with another team kill, able to kind of knock them out of the park, and now once again gets forward spawn, which is definitely going to give them an advantage here.
It's go time.
冻住，不许走。Behind you. I'm here.
Fault managing to get quite a few picks there, and they're able to start pushing it back. Once again, TCU does have forward spawn here, so they are going to be able to come back quite a bit faster than Fault is. So we'll see if they are able to possibly bring this back, or if they'll lose their forward spawn, and possibly even Fault will gain forward spawn if they push it a little bit further. They can just win one more team fight. Aura managing to get 3 picks on Chosen, Novicious, and Spiteful. Ooh! Costite managing to get out, but not for long. It looks like Costite is going to be slightly staggered with Oz there. Unknown coming up on an ult again, as well as Rexy. So we'll see who is able to take this fight.
Washed away.
Pushing the barricade. I'm on fire.
Lots of Fault members getting low. Unknown managing to get a nice pick on Novicious there. Once again, Unknown using an Orisa ult there, but unfortunately just getting Suzu'd by this Kiri. Unknown definitely having to kind of bait out these Suzus for the future, because these ultimates are just not landing. TCU getting pretty close to the end here. Unknown using an ultimate to try and get some heavy damage out. We'll see if it's enough. Unfortunately misses that last shot. Manages to get a pick on Costite though. And Aura also getting a pick on Spiteful. Now Oz the Waz trying to hold this point as long as possible. We'll see if it's enough. Oz the Waz gets low, but manages to spear Unknown before Unknown spears them, and now Oz the Waz is down. However, it is now just Unknown, and if I'm not mistaken, Suda as well, but unfortunately it just isn't enough. Suda tries to escape and get one last deal in, but manages to teleport out. That was very funny, Suda. If you're watching this later, that was very funny, and I want you to know that I appreciated that you tried to get a pick on that Ashe. Chosen now playing Ashe. I really like Ashe. I love Ashe gameplay. We're gonna sit on this for a little bit, because me personally, I love Ashe gameplay. We just got a nice bob coming up. I can feel it. Potentially, maybe even a Orisa Bob, which is not the most popular of ult combos, but it's one that I really enjoy. I love using Orisa and ult and Bob together. It's very funny. Oz the Waz unfortunately goes down with just too much damage. The team falling back. TCU now pushing forward once again. And looks like they're not missing anybody. They are coming up on a few ults. However, Fault is also coming up on quite a few ults here. Without a tank, Fault has taken some heavy damage, and the supports are trying their best to keep everybody up. With Oz the Waz coming back and pushing in. Finally, Looks like Unknown is finally able to get some damage in on that on Costite there. Unfortunately, it isn't quite enough with a clean bob from Chosen here, and another ultimate from both Kiri and Sojourn, and Oz and Spiteful now coming back with ultimates here as well. Aura GDP also working up a possible blade, and as we all know, Aura blades will forever go crazy. Fault only has 30 seconds. We got to pause.
Enemy forward spawn room.
Looks like we've had a DC. All right, the pause started at 9:02. So they do have 5 minutes to come back from a DC. All right, looks like we're back. Hmm. How do I want to go about this? All right, looks like they sorted it out. All right, looks like both teams are ready. They've come to a decision on what they want to do here, and we are going to unpause.
Sojourn en route.
10 seconds remaining.
We're going to wait for Novicious to get back. Novicious is back, so they're not going to be able to touch the point. And it continues.
Almost there.
Faulta's going to have to make a very, very good push here if they want to win this. They are in overtime, and if they C9 for too long, they will have to give up this point. Spiteful goes down. However, a lot of people on TCU also pretty low. Ooh, and it looks like just about everyone from TCU is going to go down.
Protector's duty is never done.
Robot needs exfil. Let's stick with it.
Fault is going to have to make a good push here, but they also are coming up on forward spawn. And TCU is coming up on some ults, especially Aura GDP, who we might see use a blade here to try and get them off the point and possibly get a C9 here, or possibly even just kill them all off of point and force them to lose this point. Aura GDP going in, gets a pick on Novicious, another pick on Chosen, goes in even further. Unknown gets a pick on Spiteful, Unknown on Costite as well. The DPS just going absolutely insane, and unfortunately Oz is just not able to hold it up, and it looks like TCU is going to take this point. It is now 2-1 TCU. If they win this next game, it is over, and TCU will be the winners. Or if our friends over at Fault win, then it'll be a 2-2, and we'll have to go into a tiebreaker.
Airborne elimination.
and I believe that'll also be the first time that we'll ever see Flashpoint played in this tournament. So that'll sure to be quite entertaining to see Flashpoint played. Good job to both teams. It was a very entertaining game to watch. I do wish that Fault was able to push it a little bit farther, and I think that would have been fun. Uh, All right, so it looks like everybody has agreed we're just going to take a little break here. We will be back in just a little bit, so make sure to stay tuned. We will be right back. Remember um, the current geez, I'm blanking. The current score is 2-1 to TCU. So be sure to come back. We'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll be back to watching these two absolute titans of teams fight.
Um, can you hear me? Callie?
Hello, my bad. What's up?
Can stream hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Can you please turn off my sound? You
Okay.
need to talk.
All right. We will be back, everybody. Sorry about this. We'll just do another quick break and we'll be right back. All right, super sorry everybody. We've had a quite the conversation just now, um, and we had some issues, but now everything is fixed out, so it should be good. We're getting ready for the next match. It looks like for Fault we are going to be banning Mercy. Now waiting for TCU's ban. We'll see what happens. Alright, and it looks like they're going to be banning Hanzo. Both teams ready. Alright, looks like both teams are ready, so we will be going into the last match, or the possibly last match, unless Fault wins, in which case it will go
Welcome to
into our very, very
Silver-Plat.
final match for sure.
Initiating match.
Look at this beautiful city. Overwatch has some beautiful cities, can't lie.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so it looks like for Fault they're going to be playing
Foxes where I come
Sigma, Ashe,
Where
Pharah,
I'm from,
Kiri,
the
and
foxes fight
Moira.
back.
As for TCU, they will be playing Orisa,
change the
Sojourn,
world by
Genji,
following
Kiri,
all
and
rules.
Ana.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
Alright, getting into it, looks like Rexy's playing Ana now after they banned Mercy. It looks like Spiteful is immediately able to take out Aura. Chosen trying to look for some picks on Ashe since they banned Hanzo. Unfortunately, Chosen is just not able to play Hanzo, who's been playing this entire time, but still managed to get some nice headshots on Unknown there with that Orisa. Unknown trying to get some damage in on that Ashe. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it was quite enough. Sigma staying on the high ground. Aura managing to pick on Spiteful.
Barrier initialized. My barrier is gone.
Breaking them down. Coming through. She's gonna blow.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Dodge this.
The payload's moving. About time. Nanoboost is charged.
Railgun charged.
TCU really pushing up now, trying to hold this point while the rest of TCU kind of stays behind and and holds onto it. Unknown getting a pick on Costite with the ult there. Also getting some heavy damage on Zeke. Trying to go for Novicious and manages to get the pick. Trying to charge that railgun once more, trying to get a pick on Zeke here. Manages to get it off. And the rest of Fault decide to just stand there and get their respawn up. Unknown really pushing forward into their spawn, starting now to come back a little bit.
I am unbreakable.
Or taking some heavy damage there, but it wasn't quite enough to kill him off.
I am restored.
Girl, the mahal.
The checkpoint.
Payload secured.
Enemy forces.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Campaign now.
I leave flames in my
Nice nano blade there, able to kill off the entirety of Fault. Fault now coming back with 2 ultimates here too, Kitsune and a Bob, which they could possibly use together to try and hold this point.
A sip for the park. The enemy.
Unknown also coming up on a possible overclock here, which could definitely give them an advantage.
私がついてる
You cannot escape
狐
me.
の鍵爪を解き放て
This ends now.
Do something! Have a nice day.
Not your finest.
Vicious with some nice clean shots there, managing to pick off a lot of TCU. Now holding on this last point, they are coming back with 3 more ultimates that could definitely be useful for them. TCU now coming back with absolutely nothing when it comes to ultimates. We'll see if TCU is still able to push forward. Unknown now switching to Doomfist, which could definitely be something that could either kind of make or break TCU here. If Doomfist can get a lot of picks, then TCU might be able to push this past point with lots of time left. Unknown immediately getting a pick on Novicious, and Saria also getting pretty low there, getting hit out the window by Doom there, and it looks like Costite uses their ult there and is trying to fight off the rest of TCU, and looks like Costite and Spiteful are able to kind of hold them off.
邪気退散
It looks like Zeke is now going to be swapping over to Roadhog to hopefully try and counter Unknown here with Doomfist.
Let's kick this off 私がついてる
A nice hook from Zeke there, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough to kill Unknown. Unknown going to the back and getting 2 picks on Chosen and Costite.
Surrender. I will.
狐の鍵爪を
Ooh, Zeke with some clean shots on the Juno there, now trying to go for the Kiri, but unfortunately doesn't look like it landed. But it does look like Spiteful is able to kill off Kiri with their ultimate. TCU now doesn't have any supports. They managed to get a pick on the Sojourn as well, and looks like the Genji's going to go down not far after, and then Doom almost immediately after as well. Unknown does manage to get a pick on Spiteful there before kind of dipping out and deciding not to pursue anymore. But TCU is coming back, and Spiteful is down Moira for now. But Moira is coming back quickly. Unfortunately, Unknown punching Reaper into the health pack there.
Driving the payload forward. Ready for a knockout?
Kiriko getting low, but it isn't enough. Zeke is able to take out Doomfist there. Aura GDP using Blade here, managing to get some heavy picks. We'll see if Fault is able to hold it up. Unknown gets very, very low. Zeke is still alive, trying to fight for his life, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And looks like TCU is going to be able to cap with 1 minute and 21 seconds left.
Score 0.
Some good plays so far from both teams. We're definitely seeing a lot of good gameplay as Fault tries to come back and TCU tries to win it all.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, now getting ready for the next match. It looks like Fault is going to be going Zarya, Ashe, Pharah, Kiri, and Moira. As for TCU, they are going to go Zarya, Sojourn, Genji, Kiri, and Ana.
Attackers incoming.
Let us end
Escort the payload.
Let's keep it going. Misery made manifest.
No Vicious on the Pharah again. Unknown managing to get a nice headshot on the Pharah there and managing to get that pick.
Optical interdiction. Clear out.
Unknown getting some heavy charge, but Zeke also getting some heavy charge as well here. It's kind of a battle of the two Zaryas here as they kind of push into one each other and use their bubbles here. Unknown manages to get the pick on Zeke, but Zeke also gets a pick on Aura. Novicious getting a peek on Suga as well. TCU is now down 2.
Keep it coming. Misery made manifest.
Spiteful managing to do some damage, but drops out before going in even further. Novicious getting a pick on Unknown as well.
Soothing your wounds. Optical interdiction.
Zeke swapping to Maga here, possibly trying to kind of break the bubbles on the Zarya and just kill her as fast as possible. Unknown goes down. Unfortunately, some unfortunate positioning there led to the kind of downfall of Aura. Or sorry, Unknown. And then Unknown also gets, Unknown the Zarya gets taken out as well by Zeke, and Novicious managing to get a Suda again. Aura GDP getting Novicious. And it looks like Fault is able to cap the first point with 4.5 minutes left.
My power emanates.
Which, if I recall, is roughly the same amount of time that TCU had as well. So this should definitely be a good fight as Fault tries to push this as fast as possible to make sure they get to the end with as much time as possible. Hopefully more time than TCU got, so that they can possibly win this. Fault is coming back with some ults here as well. However, TCU is coming back with some powerful ults themselves, so we'll see who gets what. A nice Nano and Grav managed to get some good picks on TCU there, and sorry, Fault there, and TCU is continuing to hold this point.
Optical interdiction. Hit me in your best shot.
Behind you.
Keep it coming.
Hey,
Maga gets low there, but unfortunately he manages to back up, and oh no, unfortunately Aura GDP comes back and manages to get the kill. Also getting a pick on Spiteful as well.
I'm with you. Aerial position.
Fault coming back with quite a few ults here. Novicious possibly even waiting for that Maga ult as well, because if Maga can get them all grouped up together and use the cage fight there, then it could definitely be a good chance for Novicious to get some heavy damage or even some meaningful picks in there with their ult as well.
Charging through. Say quick, Kiki.
Let the Kitsune guide you!
Maga going in, managing to get some picks here. Pushing in far and managing to just wipe out their entire team. Zeke now falling back. We do see the Fault is kind of using a different kind of strategy to what TCU was doing. TCU seemed to play kind of more up and try to push forward and then push the point, and usually having maybe just one or two people on point. However, Fault seems to kind of use their entire team and all just stay on point rather than having some people stay up and some people stay back. Ooh. An ultimate from Unknown manages to get a pick, but unfortunately just gets absolutely demolished by Maga immediately after. We'll see if Maga is possibly able to finish off Aura here and then, get the win. Novicious comes back and manages to confirm the kill on Aura there. Zeke comes back, gets some healing from his teammates, and is now going back in.
Nano boost administered.
Zeke goes in with another nano boost, doing some heavy damage onto the backline here, and it looks like Fault is able to cap the backline or the second point with 2.5 minutes left.
Let's just stick with the payload, huh?
Aura GDP managing to deflect Novicious's shot directly back into them. Chosen coming up on a Bob here. We could also get possibly a cage fight Bob, which would certainly be interesting, and could definitely do some heavy damage as well. However, these Nano Maga gameplay, these Nano Maga kind of team-ups here have definitely been proving to be pretty powerful as well.
Let's put that brain to use. We're on our way to payday. Go get him!
Behind you.
TCU managing to come back and kind of hold this point for a while longer. Fault does have less time than TCU no matter what, but we'll see if TCU is able to possibly come back and try to get more time as well.
Seconds remaining.
Charging through!
Let the Kitsune guide you.
A Kitsune and a cage fight get popped here. Aura GDP using one of his classic blades, but unfortunately it doesn't work quite as well as he wanted it to, as Fault just pushes through with a cage fight and the Kitsune. Fault coming back with 3 very powerful ults here that could definitely win them this cap. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. If TCU can come back and maybe use some of their ults as well, they could possibly hold this, or we'll have to go into a third round. Chosen getting some good shots in. Zeke getting low with a nice anti from from Rexy.
This ends now. I'm unstoppable.
Unfortunately, it looks like... Wait! And it looks like the Ashe is able to clutch it, to clutch it up. And it looks like we will be going into a round 3 with 0 seconds left on the clock in overtime. Ashe is able to use Bob and clutch it up, meaning that Fault is still in the game and they still have a chance to bring this back.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, so it looks like for Fault we are going to be going Hog, Ashe,
If we do this
Pharah,
right, even though it
Ramattra,
happens.
Ashe, Pharah, Kiri, and Lucio. As for TCU, they're going to be playing the Orisa,
There is always
Soldier,
room for improvement.
Genji, Kiri, and Ana here.
I'm in charge. Don't forget that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Increasing altitude.
Escort the payload.
Put them in the ground. All my strength will be yours.
Chosen gets pretty low there, but unfortunately it isn't enough. And TCU is not able to take Chosen out. TCU definitely wants to take Chosen out very quickly, though, considering Chosen was the one that was able to clutch up for Fault and bring them back from the edge of losing. Zeke trying to go for the supports here, manages to get some nice picks. Now going for Unknown here. We'll see if he's able to get the pick. It manages to pick off Orisa. Now trying to go for the Soldier here. And he manages to get the pick. Now on overtime, Fault is going to have to stay on the point or they will lose this point. If TCU can win just one team fight, then Fault will have to give up the point where it is. And it looks like Fault is able to get yet another team kill, and now they are pushing past the first point.
Take everything from them.
Taking off. Concussive out.
Here they come. Get ready.
Chosen trying to get in some early damage here. Manages to get a headshot on Aura, but unfortunately Aura was able to duck behind cover and get some healing. Fault still coming back with some heavy ults here that they could definitely use to their advantage. I do think that TCU's kind of attack is better than their defense, so we'll definitely have to see how TCU responds to this heavy push from Fault.
Scatter.
Put them in the ground.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Stay out of my way.
Rip them to pieces. I've got you in my sights.
Let the Kitsune guide you. Incoming.
Zeke manages to use an amazing ult there and get quite a few picks on TCU. Now possibly pushing to the last point. They really want to keep this win under their belts because if they win this one, then it is going to be tied match, and TCU and Fault will both have to play in one final round to determine the champion.
Get in there, Bob.
No, dear.
Zeke manages to get a pick on Aura, almost unintentionally. They were trying to hit that Maga, but once again, Fault is able to just get a team kill on TCU, and Fault gets full cap into round 3.
Score 6-3. Switching sides.
What would you like today?
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, getting into the next round. Looks like Fault is going to be playing Ram, Ashe, Mei, Kiri, and Ana. As for TCU, they will be playing Doomfist, Sojourn, Genji, Kiri, and Ana. More of a dive comp here from TCU, which we definitely have seen work before for TCU, so we'll see if it can work once again in their favor.
Efficient design at work.
Unknown trying to possibly get a nice flank here going, but this Chosen is definitely not going to let that happen easily. Unknown jumps up, punches Ramatra off of the high ground into his supports, which could have been bad for his supports, but luckily it looks like it worked out. Now trying to attack the Ram, but the Ram is prepared and wants to fight back. Chosen falls. Unknown also falls. Novicious gets a pick on Unknown, and now Unknown, the tank, the Doomfist, also falls. Or GDP trying to get out with both supports on him. It's going to be hard for TCU to push without a tank. It looks like everyone from Fault is now back and ready to play again. Spiteful manages to get a nice little sleep there on the Doomfist.
This ends now.
And it looks like TCU is finally able to push past this first point, and now are pushing past the first point into the second one with more time than Fault had during this point in the push. However, do keep in mind that originally TCU did have around double the time, I think more than double the time of Fault. So just keep in mind that Fault definitely held for a lot longer than TCU did. So we'll definitely see if that continues to be the case as Fault tries to push this point. TCU almost having a C9 moment there, and oh, it's close, but it does look like Fault is going to take the dub, and now there is only one match left to be played, one match of Flashpoint to determine the true champion of the Silver-Plat match.
Play of the game.
Headshot. 2 down.
See some clean headshots from Unknown here. Oh my goodness, just headshot after headshot. Fault gets the last map pick. This is going to be the last map of the game. This is the tiebreaker here. Whoever wins this map officially becomes the first ever champion of MST Esports League history. Oh gosh. All right, so it looks like once again, before the map is even chosen, uh, it looks like TCU has already decided they want to ban Ram. I do not blame them. Zeke's definitely played a good game on Ram. All right, looks like for the final map, we will be playing on Suravasa. Good luck to both teams. It's going to be really, really fun. We're about to see who the ban is for Fault. Still waiting on the ban from Fault here. Just give it just 1 second. They're almost there. All right, and it looks like they're going to be banning Soldier 76 for the last ever ban for this season. All right, it looks like both teams are ready, so good luck to both teams. This is the final match. For those of you just joining in, it is 2-2. This is the final match to determine the Silver-Plat champions of MST Esports League Season 1. So good luck to both teams. This has been an amazing fight so far from both teams. We've seen a lot of heart and a lot of really good gameplay, so we're excited to see how this ends out.
Ready
All
for
right.
battle.
Ooh. There we go. All right, it looks like for Fault, they are going to be going Arisa, Hanzo, Sojourn, Kiri, and Moira. As for TCU, they will be going Zarya, Sojourn, Genji, Kiri, and Mercy. So good luck to both teams. Once again, this is the final match. Whoever wins this one is officially the champion of MST Esports Season 1, and this is sure to be a fight of the ages. Both teams are really looking to win here.
Let's get our hands dirty.
You can't hide.
Your end is within my reach. Not so fast.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Zeke immediately going in, trying to deal some damage, unintentionally charging the Zarya pretty high there for a second. Or GDP trying to go in and also get some damage, almost gets picked off, but luckily manages to get out of there. Zeke going in maybe a little bit too deep, manages to get a pick on the Mercy, but unfortunately also gets picked off themselves.
Maximum charge.
Behind you.
TCU manages to get the first cap on the point, now almost at 25%. TCU also coming up way faster on some ults here. Zeke swapping to Roadhog, Novicious swapping to Mei as well. So we'll definitely see some ult charge loss there from Fault, but I'm sure they have a good plan in mind for how they want to do this. Zeke going in almost immediately getting wiped, but uses all of his heals at once to try and kind of get his health back. Gets a pick. Oh, not quite. Almost gets a pick on Aura there, but it wasn't quite enough to get the kill with that Mercy pocket on them. Pulls the Mercy in, manages to get a pick on them. Once again, we see the Chosen and Zeke kind of game here, where someone kind of reels them in, and then Chosen goes in and gets the final pick on them. And in overtime, it looks like Fault is able to take the point.
Carried on the wind.
Zeke gets a pick on Unknown immediately. Hiding in this corridor, possibly trying to look for another pick as well. Oh, unfortunately the hook gets deflected by Aura there. Quick reflexes. Chosen gets a pick on Suda. Aura getting a pick on Spiteful. Novicious getting a pick on Rexy, and it looks like TCU is just going to go down once again. However, Unknown does manage to get a final pick on Novicious, and it does look like Fault is still able to hold. TCU is coming back with 4 ultimates. We'll see if they try to touch here, or possibly they're just going to try and wait for the next point. Genji's definitely going to have to go in quick. Genji does manage to touch. Aura goes down from Chosen. Unknown goes down from Novicious. Suda goes down from Zeke. It's the last fight. Whoever wins this wins. And it looks like Fault is going to win this first point. They need to win 2 more points.
Next, Flashpoint, Palace.
All of Fault comes together to stagger that Mercy. Definitely not a bad idea as they try to kind of bring this back and you know, try to kind of get this team to fall apart before they come back, because I mean, TCU did just use a lot of their ultimates, so it's not as dangerous. Fault definitely has the ult advantage here no matter what, but definitely getting rid of one of their supports there can definitely be the difference between a a won fight or a lost fight. Or a GDP climbing up the wall, just like 10 health left, and Zeke has managed to finish off the kill. Novicious using an unfortunate Mei ult there that didn't really quite get anyone, but Zeke once again getting another pick. I'll start to move around the roster here. Sorry, I know I've been focusing on Zeke a little bit here, but you can't deny some good hog gameplay from the limelight. See Unknown coming in here with an ultimate here to try and get some damage in. Unknown manages to kill off Chosen with their ult. Unknown really just trying so hard to kill that venture there. It just wasn't quite working out. Unknown manages to finally get another pick on Costite there, and it looks like TCU is able to capture the point once again. Now getting some
Not
more
so fast.
percentage.
Railgun charged. Breaking them down.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Chosen trying to fight off Sojourn here, but Sojourn's team manages to kind of catch up with them and get some picks there. Fault coming back with some ultimates, but I don't think it'll be enough. And it looks like TCU is going to take this second point. They managed to use both a Kitsune and a Nano in that last fight and managed to hold it. Fault coming back with a Hanzo ultimate. However, TCU is still holding on to 3 ultimates here that they can utilize in this next fight to possibly get some lead in this next point as well. It is 1-1. Whoever gets to 3 points first on this map will win the champion title for Season 1 of MST Esports, which is truly a special place because this is the first ever season. It only goes up from here. It only gets bigger and better, and to be one of the first, to be one of the OGs, the OG champions, is truly something that is, I think, will truly be special in future seasons of MST Esports, and could definitely commandeer some respect. Unknown manages to get an early pick on Chosen or a GDP. Going in with the slices here, trying to get some picks, manages to get a pick on Novicious, as well as Spiteful with a nice little charge there. Going in once again, Unknown coming in and kind of pushing everyone out of the way, with Suda also getting a pick on Zeke. Amazing plays from TCU, and they were able to start getting some percentage on this first point as well. Novicious getting pretty low there from TCU, but luckily manages to get out. Chosen also taking some heavy damage. Unknown now getting very low, but oh my goodness, just barely manages to get out. But unfortunately, Chosen gets the pick once after using Storm Arrow there. Fault is definitely coming back with some ultimates that they could use here, but it looks like they choose not to, and they still manage to take the point. TCU managing to get to 93%.
Increasing altitude.
Kind of have a low percentage, but then they would be able to come back and basically hold the entire time and take the point. So we'll see if they're able to do that this time. Chosen with an immediate pick on Unknown.
Surrender to my will.
I'll find them.
This ends now.
Unknown uses an ult and immediately gets a pick on Novicious, trying to possibly go for the Hanzo as well. And it looks like Fault is going to go down, and TCU will be taking the second point.
Objective secure. Next flashpoint.
Me to the next objective.
Fault coming back with quite a few ultimates here that they could definitely use to their advantage. We'll see if they're able to possibly hold on to this next point and make this just like the actual tournament score, possibly a tiebreaker for this the final point, or if TCU is able to come back and take this final point for their own and win the overall tournament.
Justice.
Oh my goodness, Novicious managing to get 2 picks with their ultimate before falling to Suda. Zeke going in on Unknown and Chosen managing to Storm Arrow Unknown. We saw a lot of damage from that. Just go straight into Unknown, and Unknown was able to just, or sorry, was unable to stay up through it. A nice sleep from Spiteful onto I think, who was that? Was that Unknown that got slept? Man, what a nice sleep through the kind of thread the needle there. TCU starting to get possibly a little bit worried here. It seems like they're starting to kind of split up a little bit more and play a little bit farther apart. Could be that they're stressing about this point. They definitely want to try and win this thing, and they want to win it fast. They want to be done and be named the champions, but Fault isn't going to give it to them easily. Chosen getting 2 picks, Novicious getting another pick on Unknown, and Chosen getting the final pick on Rexy.
I'll find them.
And it looks like Fault is able to take the next point. This is playing out. This is the perfect last match. It's playing out exactly just like the. Sorry, guys. We just had to have a pause real quick. Let's see. This is 10:46 was when the disconnect was, but they already had a minute before, so they do have until 10:50 to get back on. All right. Oh, geez. I hope Novicious is able to come back. They only have 2 more minutes until, unfortunately, we just have to unpause and let whatever happens, happens. Novicious has 1 minute left to try and get in. As soon as it turns 10:50, we unfortunately just have to unpause. All right, Fault is just gonna have to play with what they have until Novicius comes back. So we'll have to see what happens.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10
Open
seconds.
fire.
Particle interdiction. Gathering energy.
Flashpoint unlocked.
Reinforces.
もう大丈夫
Nanoboost almost ready.
TCU takes the first point. Still waiting on Novicius to come back. Novicius comes back. We'll see if Fault can possibly bring this back with Novicius coming back into play.
Get in there.
Ana goes down. It looks like the rest of Fault is down too. TCU is already at 50% for the final point. Fault is going to have to make a pretty good comeback.
Not so fast.
Free to engage
This ends now.
Fault going down. And it looks like that's it. TCU takes the final point, and it looks like TCU is the champion of the first ever season of MST Esports Season 1. So congratulations to TCU. They did manage to take back the win. Unfortunately, with Novicius gone, it was very, very hard for Fault to hold that point. I'm sure that if Novicius was still in the game, then it would have been a different, would have ended a different way. So good job to everyone. It was a very, very fun game to watch, and thank you all for watching. This was the last game for Silver-Plat. We will be hosting the finals for Diamond to GM next week, so if you would like to go watch that as well, it should be very, very fun. Just one last time, if you would like to and you are able to, please go donate. All of our funding from this season goes straight to Stand Up to Cancer. So they're a really, really great organization. You can go donate through our link. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all next week for the Diamond to GM